Hello guys, welcome to Sunya IAS Current Affairs Prelims Crash Course 2023. Hope your preparation is going really well. Today we are going to solve the worksheet for lecture number 6. I understand you would be solving this worksheet after watching the lecture carefully. Topic covered in the lecture number 6 is institutions and committees. Guys, we are covering polity in this section. Polity has been divided into 4 parts. First was acts and amendments. And judicial pronouncements, important cases. In the lecture number 6, important institutions and committees that were in the news. Okay? So in the Prelims 2023 current affairs crash course, you will be covering whole 1 year's current affairs in just 40 hours of time. All the material is very well researched and to the point, and you will find directly 20-25 questions in the examination. So let's start. Question number 1. Which of the following statements about the Competition Commission of India is incorrect? Do read these tail words very carefully. Class, Competition Commission of India is a statutory body, as I talked in the class. Basically, this is formed with the Competition Commission Act 2002. But this body was formed in 2009. This act was enacted to prohibit anti-competitive agreements. Basically, there are certain bigger organizations like Google or Zomato. So these kinds of organizations could not abuse their dominant position, okay, which can cause any adverse impact on competition within India. This is basically antitrust regulator. Okay, let's read the statements. It is a statutory body within the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. No class, this is wrong statement because this is within the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Remember these ministries. Statement number 2. It is responsible for enforcing Competition Commission Act 2002. Very correct statement. CCI approves combination under the act so that two merging entities do not overtake the market. Try to understand this concept. Yes, if the merger of two entities becomes so big that it can overtake a market, therefore it will create monopoly. Hence, yes, it looks into the matter. This statement is also correct. The commission is required to give an opinion on the competition issues on a reference received from statutory authority established under any law. This statement is also correct. They have to give an opinion on competition issues. Basically, this body also creates public awareness. It's a kind of quasi-judicial body. Got it? What if any issues related to competition is there and you are not satisfied with the pronouncement of Competition Commission of India? Then this issue can be dealt with the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, constituted under the section 410 of the Companies Act 2013. Got it? Question number 2. With reference to Interoperable Criminal Justice System project, consider the following statements. Class, Interoperable Criminal Justice System project is based on the 5 pillars. The 5 pillars are police, e-forensics, e-courts, e-prosecution, e-prison. Basically, these all information are stored on a cloud database. This will ease the operations for police through CCTNS network, e-forensics to file the reports, e-courts to assess the documents, e-prosecution while addressing the case in the court, and e-prisons for particular number of the prisoner. Therefore, it will ease the whole process of criminal justice system in India. This is being implemented by National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB. Okay, let's read the question. Statement number one, it will be a step towards ensuring effective and modern policing. Yes, very true. National Crime Records Bureau will be responsible for implementation of the project. Yes. Also class, NCRB is the nodal agency, plus it comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs. What are the other reports that are brought by it? Crimes in India report, accidental deaths by suicide that I have discussed in the class, prison statistics report. Moreover, NCRB is the nodal agency to manage technical and operational functions of the online cybercrime reporting portal. Got it? Question number 3. Consider the following statements. 44th Amendment Act added access to justice for the weaker sections of the society as a constitutional mandate to ensure fair treatment under the Indian legal system. Class, you would have heard in your DPSP Article 39A. So many questions have already been asked by UPSC regarding various amendments to the Constitution. This article was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, not by 44th. Therefore, the statement is wrong. It talked about free and fair justice to the economically weaker sections of the society. Therefore, to implement this and give it a statutory backing, the government enacted Legal Services Authorities Act, NALSA. Okay? Was enacted by the Parliament to organize Lok Adalats, People's Court, to address the problems of crowded cases. Yes. Who are eligible into the Lok Adalats? Women and children, SC/STs, SCs whose income is less than 5 lakh rupees, physically disabled people, okay, persons in the custody, these are eligible. Basically, the objective of NALSA is to provide free legal aid to the poor and spread legal awareness. This works through ADR basically, Alternative Dispute Resolution System, through arbitration, mediation and conciliation. Along with this class, Lok Adalats, you should also study about Gram Nyayalayas that I have discussed in detail in the class. Therefore, the correct answer should be 1 is wrong, 2 is correct. Correct answer should be B. Question number 4. What is the marketplace e-commerce entity under the e-commerce rule of the Consumer Protection Act? Okay. Now class, there are various market entities like Amazon, Flipkart. There are two e-commerce models. One is called inventory based e-commerce model. Another is marketplace based e-commerce entity. So in India, inventory based marketing is not allowed. Rather, marketplace based e-commerce entity are allowed. So let's read the statements. Statement A means the relative prominence or relevance given to the goods or services offered through a marketplace e-commerce entity as presented, organized or communicated by such entity. This is what it talks about: relative prominence. Relative prominence means certain goods or certain products, as you see on Amazon or Flipkart, they show sponsored products. They are promoted. Relative prominence is there. It is based on certain rankings like 4-star ranking, 5-star ranking. Got it? So it is not talking about the marketplace e-commerce entity. Statement number B means any person who owns, operates or manages a digital or electronic facility or platform for electronic commerce. Okay? So this is basically talking about inventory based model. Inventory based e-commerce. This is not at all marketplace. Statement number C means an e-commerce entity that owns the inventory of goods or services and sells such goods and services directly to the customers. Okay, this is basically an e-commerce entity. And it does not include any sellers on the platform. This is not marketplace model. You're getting the point? It means any person who owns, operates, or manages digital or electronic facility, okay, but does not include any other seller, but he himself directly sells those product. Statement number D means an e-commerce entity that provides an information technology platform on digital or electronic network to facilitate transaction between buyers and sellers. Most correct statement D. This is properly defined as marketplace e-commerce entity. Question number 5. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to Interstate Council? Class, Interstate Council was formed in the pursuance of recommendations of R.S. Sarkaria Commission in 1990. It is basically a platform to facilitate dialogue for better cooperative federalism. It is constituted by President under Article 263. When you are reading Article 263, do read Article 262 also. Okay, it is related to the sharing of water. Let's read the statements. First statement is ISC can be set by President anytime to serve the public interest. Yes, it is correct. The Parliament has defined its duties and organizational setup. No, class, it is not the Parliament, but it is defined in the Article 263 of the Constitution itself. If Parliament wants to make any change, then under Article 368, Parliament has to do certain amendments to the Article 263. Okay, so statement 2 is wrong. Third, the decision on the legal disputes between the government is complementary to the Supreme Court's jurisdiction under Article 131. Yes, this is really true. It comes under the original and exclusive jurisdiction of Supreme Court to solve such disputes related to state matters, center state matter, and center and union territories matters. Statement number 4, the decision of ISC on interstate legal disputes is binding in nature. No, class, this is a recommendatory body. Okay, basically it's a recommendatory body. It aims at promoting coordination between the center states by examining, discussing, deliberating on various issues. Okay. Statement number 5, the Interstate Council has met only once in the last 6 years. No, class. The Interstate Council, the issue is, yes, it is correct, has met only once in the last 6 years. Basically, it has met only 11 times since its inception in 1990. This is a issue with it. Recently, Interstate Council has met, therefore it was in the news. Therefore, correct statement should be 1 is correct, 3 is correct, 4th is wrong, and 5th is also correct. Correct answer should be B. Question number 6. Consider the following statements with regard to the National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, NPPA. It comes under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Pharmaceutical, basically. It ensures availability of medicines at affordable prices. Yes, it is correct. It approves the medicines to be included in the national list of essential medicines. No, class. This is done by what? This is done by Ministry of Health Affairs. Okay, Ministry of Health. Now understand that it approves, but the price is fixed by NPPA. NPPA fixes the price. Approval for any inclusion is done by Ministry of Health. It fixes the price of first scheduled drugs under the Drugs Price Control Order 2013. Correct. It conducts the clinical trials of drugs in the country. Class, the clinical trials of any drugs is done by which organization? CDSCO. Okay. Central Drugs Standard, CDSCO. Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. Okay. Basically, particularly if I'll talk about, it is Drugs Controller General of India. Okay. New drugs through clinical trials come after the verification of CDSCO. So the statement is also wrong. Correct answer should be 1 and 3. B is the correct statement. Now class, understand that National List of Essential Medicines is notified by the Ministry of Health Affairs because it categorizes it, which medicines could be of therapeutic categories, essential medicines, and should be made at affordable prices to the people of India. Okay. After that, its prices are fixed by NPPA. Got it? Question number 7. Consider the following statements regarding National Commission for Scheduled Tribes class. Okay. Class, understand that National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, there was 89th Constitutional Amendment Act in 2003. Before that, National Commission for Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes were one commission. After that, it got separated into NCST and NCSC. Okay, and that inserted a new article called as Article 338A. Let's read the statements. Statement 1. It was established by amending Article 338 and inserting a new Article 338 in the Constitution through the Constitution Amendment Act 2003. Very true. Correct statement. Statement number 2. The term of office of chairperson. First of all, understand the composition of NCST. It looks into the grievances caused for the scheduled tribes in the country. One chairperson is there, one vice chairperson is there, and other members are there. Basically, 3 members. Now, class, the term of the chairperson, vice chairperson, and member is 3 years from the date of assumption of office. This is a correct statement. About the composition, understand that at least one should be the women. At least one woman should be there, and these members are not eligible for appointment for more than 2 terms. Okay, they can have only 2 terms. Statement number 3. The chairperson of NCST has been given the rank of state minister. The statement is wrong because the chairman has been given the rank of union cabinet minister. Vice chairman, minister of state, and other 3 members have been given the rank of secretary. Statement number 4. It submits its annual report to the tribal ministry of union. Tribal ministry? No. It submits its report to the President of India, and then President table it to the Parliament. Therefore, the statement is also wrong. Correct answer should be A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 8. With reference to Ombudsman, consider the following statements. Class, the concept of Ombudsman is to curb the menace of corruption. It basically originated officially in Sweden. But later, after the Second World War, New Zealand, Norway adopted this system in the year 1962. Sweden. After that, New Zealand, Norway. Okay. First major country, like first democratic country, it was Britain on the recommendations of Wyatt Report in 1961. Statement number 1. The institution of Ombudsman was officially originated in Denmark. This is wrong. Great Britain became the first large nation in the democratic world to have the system of Ombudsman. Yes. And later on, the countries like Mauritius, Singapore, Malaysia, and India too adopted the system. Dr. L.M. Singhvi coined the terms Lokpal and Lokayukt. Yes, this statement is also correct. Remember this. This is a fact that is important for examination. Dr. L.M. Singhvi coined the terms Lokpal and Lokayukt. Okay. In 2016, an amendment has been done to the Lokpal Act, in which all the public servants are required to disclose their assets on a public website within 30 days, so that if they are going to do any corruption, it will be very much visible. Who comes under the ambit of Lokpal? I have talked in detail in the class. Okay. Important point is, do understand that Prime Minister, okay, Council of Ministers, MPs, they come under the ambit of Lokpal. But Prime Minister, for any matters related to internal security or international relations, that cannot be brought under the ambit of Lokpal. So correct answer should be 2 and 3. B should be the correct answer. Question number 9. Consider the following statements regarding National Land Monetization Corporation. In the previous budget, it has been talked in detail. It is basically a special purpose vehicle. What is the purpose? We have seen so many central public sector enterprises, okay, like MTNL, BSNL, even the railways. They have lot of land, okay, they have lot of land that is not being used, okay. So these are called as non-core assets. How to monetize these non-core assets? We have National Land Monetization Corporation. Basically, monetization means generating revenue from those unused or underused assets. This will be formed under the Ministry of Finance. Let's read the statements. The NLMC will be a firm fully owned by Government of India. Yes, it is 100% owned entity by the Government of India with initial authorized share capital of 5,000 crores and a paid up capital of 150 crores. Statement number 2. It will fall under the administrative jurisdiction of Prime Minister's office. No class, this is wrong. It will be with Ministry of Finance. Also understand, non-core assets, special purpose vehicle will be seen by Ministry of Finance, whereas core assets by Niti Aayog. One more point related to NLMC. Its advice is binding or not. Basically, it's an advisory body. Okay, the correct answer should be A, one only. Question number 10. Which of the following was the objective of Malimat Committee? Malimat Committee, Julio Raberio Committee, Padmanabhiya Committee, Prakash Singh judgments. Okay, okay, Padmanabhiya Committee, Prakash Singh judgments. These all are related to prison and criminal reform system. Okay, basically it is to review CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code 1973, Indian Evidence Act 1872 and Indian Penal Code 1860. After reviewing this, we can align our judgment with the international criminal justice system also. So let's read the statements. To examine the fundamental principles of criminal law, to store the confidence in the criminal justice system, yes, it is a correct statement. To examine the relationship and balance of power between state and central governments in the country and suggest changes within the framework of the Constitution of India. No, this is more or less related to interstate council or zonal council, not the responsibility of Malimat Committee. Statement C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. Okay, these are also wrong. The correct answer is A. So our centers are in Delhi, Bangalore and Pune. You can join our online or offline course and keep updated with the current affairs for prelims 2023. Thank you guys.